What's up, everybody? The Brewery Boys back at it again down here at Jack Brown
for the West 6 Tap Takeover.
West 6.
Look at the cool gift that we got. Look at that.
They love me. They really, really love me.
Yeah. Alright. So, I had planned to talk about several things tonight, but I gotta get the feels off the chest.
We'll just verify again where we're standing before you get going.
I know, but I'm not saying that it's past. I'm just saying I know people are posting about Ace Frehley being on life support due to a brain bleed.
Apparently,
I'm going to tell you right now. This is in the fields. This is on the level of an Aussie field. Like I'm not okay with this. This is not good. This is we've lost. I've lost. Val Kilmer. We've lost Ozzy Osbourne. People of my childhood are going away, and that's not cool with me.
Except we're getting older, and they were getting even more older.
I understand, but that does not have to. I don't have to feel good about it.
No.
So
apparently, what happened? He fell in the studio last week or something.
Oh, several weeks ago, like last month sometime.
Oh. I guess
he went on tour.
Had apparently had a slow some kind of brain bleed going on.
Yeah.
And I guess
that was just
not taken care of.
I don't know. I'm just blown away by this news. And of course,
but it did say I did. This is the report, so we're it sounds dire because they said he is on life support on the ventilation, and the family and things were saying that they were thinking of taking him off tonight.
Pulling the book.
So it sounds like not just he's on a ventilator, but he was on a life support system of some sort. He's on the prowl. I am having the West 6th Street Caramel Apple. Let me tell you, there's some caramel in here. I'm liking it. Nice crisp apple. Got a good caramel taste to it. Good scent to it. Nice crispy beer for the nice fall day today. And you were drinking?
That's what I had to go with. I couldn't remember what the title of it was. Ace has got me so shook up. I'm having the Shagrick Berry, which I was told by Kyle, the rep here today, that this is made from blackberries that are actually grown on their Shagrick farm, or on their local farm in Frankfurt.
Locally grown berries for the locally brewed beer.
For a blackberry.
And the taste of it is
Shagrick Berry.
Fabulous, not fabulous, what do you think?
It's got a nice blackberry. It's got a nice blackberry taste all the way through, and then you kind of get that sour on the end. So
I sniffed it. I may have tried. I sniffed it. It smelled like a wine. I'm not.
No, it's not really a wine. But speaking of that, I do have a present for you. It's Mirror Twin Oktoberfest. It's called Wade Boggs. Philip put them in a cooler for us. So when you're ready for that, he's got that.
Wade Boggs?
It's called Wade Boggs, but it's their Oktoberfest. Mirror Twin. So, anywho. So back to the Ace thing. You and I both huge Kiss fans. Huge. I can't tell you how many times in the...
I've never been right in front of the camera before. He's on the side.
Huh? What?
So I've never been right in front of the camera before. He's on the side.
Want to make sure...
Still now.
We want you to be prominent. We want you to Everybody focus on Jason.
Focus on me. Look at me.
I can remember many years ago dressing up, Ace was my makeup, I did his makeup, had the light up lightsaber, playing the guitar solos on making it light up, it gets on fire. And of course, who did not have the vintage Ace poster where he's leaned back with the Les Paul smoking with a little flame in the middle of it.
The iconic flaming guitar solo.
Iconic flaming guitar solo.
You don't see that. I don't know if anybody has ever copied that.
I don't. I mean, unless it's a tribute band, they have, but I have not seen anybody do a flaming, guitar solo. Flaming drumstick solo, yes, but nothing like but nothing.
Like we said, they were pioneers of the show.
They were.
Things like that just made the show better.
And I gotta say, if this news is true, this is gonna be pretty devastating. This is gonna be this will be the end. I mean, not the end, but of all 4 original members, when they start going, think about it.
And we just had Gene in an accident.
In an accident, yes.
Was it this beginning of this week?
Yeah, beginning this week or end of last week. So I mean, it's been pretty recent. But yes, it's one of those things where it's like, what the hell?
Childhood disappearing.
I need 2025 to just stop it already. Cool.
I need to go back in time.
Yes. Cool it with all the. We don't need you to take them just now. Because I mean, think about that. Once these older musicians leave, the good musicians leave, what do we start with? Garbage.
You're talking about when musicians.
Yes.
Right now we have
Garbage.
but not real musicians. All auto-tuned, all sophisticated programming, blah 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 blah.
Yep, that's right. So this is one of those things. It's going to be, I don't know. This one might take a minute to get over. Ozzy was tough. This one's kind of going to be a little tougher. So I don't know, man. This one's hurt.
Like I said, it seems the way they're talking, like they haven't confirmed the way they're talking there. It's talking about pulling the plug and seeing what might be a little. So I guess they didn't say, maybe, I guess he's in a coma or I don't know.
Yeah, I would say probably you're right. But, yeah. So, you got any Ace memories? Anything? What did you do as a kid? Or were you always the demon or the star child?
That was everybody. I would say you're going to have that kind of drum solos.
Yeah.
Ace was good. I will say this. I don't know where he stands in my hierarchy of Kiss as far as my favorites. Because I was always more of a Gene Demon guy. Plus, the iconic guitar solos.
What?
Well, hell,
More gifts?
You're so precious.
I like that you're in a Jack Brown shirt. Oh yeah.
I support.
Yeah.
You are in one too?
She kind of has to.
Thank you.
Little visit from Warren Daddy with a little pint glass gift for us.
Cocoa
Porter. You won't drink it because it's dark. It's a good porter though. I will say, I'm going to be perfectly honest, there's not a lot of West 6 beers that I like. I like the Amber at one time when we sold the Legends.
They used to serve something else before they brought the Amber in. It was a darker beer and I didn't like it, so I was like, I have had their Oktoberfest. I think I've had their, they have a cerveza, did that?
Yeah,
I think I've had that. It's been a long time since I had a West 6 beer, I guess.
Well, like I said, I love the Cocoa Porter is really good. Have not had any of the Hop Static, which is, I'm told, is their seasonal IPA that they bring out every year. We're up to like Channel 14 now or something like that, so I'm not real sure. But I have not had any of those. Most of their fruiteds I've liked. They have a cherry that was only available in the IPA pack, and it was really good. But
back to Ace. The iconic fire guitar solo. And at the end of it, when he puts it on the wire and it starts flying around, it's reverbing.
Yeah, reverbing.
Still around the stage, out over the audience sometimes. I mean, that's cool shit. Cool shit like that.
Yeah, like we've talked about it ad nauseum on
The
this.
funniness of him all through just a little.
Yeah, that little laugh.
He was in space for a while.
And we've talked about it, like you said, numerous times. The band that started the big theatrical rock show. I mean, they were the ones.
They put on the show.
Explosions. Like that was the bill I'm hearing through just reading like certain people's novels, stuff like that. That was the bill that you wanted to be on.
I mean,
you wanted to be on the Kiss concert.
They said they wanted to be the band that they never saw.
And they
became it, and I think they became the band that everybody wanted to see. whether you really liked it or not, it was the show, the makeup, the sound. I mean, you could compromise lyrically as far as how they sang. They weren't, they're not great singers, but the songs they were good. But
yeah.
if you look at all the young artists that came after, they're like, hey, where'd you get into music? Kiss. I saw Kiss there. I caught Kiss there.
I can't remember. I think it was on. I don't know if it was in the history book, but I think it was on the video where Eddie Van Halen, when the Van Halen split was about to happen, Eddie Van Halen approached Gene because obviously Gene discovered
Van Halen.
So Eddie approached Gene to see what the possibility of him getting in the band was.
Correct.
And they hadn't, I don't think they had taken the makeup off yet. They were in the process maybe. And I think he even said, I'll even paint my face like a dog or something like that. That's how bad he wanted to.
Think how iconic that would have been if you'd had Eddie Van Halen
replace an Ace. Yeah, that would have been.
You'd have had no Van Halen as far as.
Well, yeah, because
right there.
Unless Alex went on to do something, but Peter was leaving, so what if Alex joins? If he brings his brother in when they get rid of Peter, so then you have no Eric Carr, and obviously you probably have no Eric Singer because
you'd have no early
the
guitars.
Halen brothers would last probably until Eddie passes.
And think about this. Also, you had Slash from Guns N' Roses went and auditioned.
Yeah. And Paul Stanley actually managed, or was going to manage.
Yeah, he told Slash, hey, you're great, but I don't like to fit with us. You'd be great. Kind of the same thing I told Van Halen. It's like, hey, you guys are good. Stick with it.
So the longevity of the band is obviously going to outweigh the members and outlive the members, but it's just sad when you see these pioneers go away. I guess I get it. It's part of life, and all that, but it doesn't mean it doesn't have to hurt.
The circle of life.
Jeez.
You're taking it hard, man.
I am taking it hard. It's all in what the music means to you. It's just like when Ozzy passed. Ozzy was the one that, no matter how deep and dark it was. Oh man, my girl just broke up with my friend. In a pit of despair, depression type thing. Ozzy showed me that there was light in the darkness. And it's like, this is how, okay, got me through some tough times, and there we go. So that's when Ozzy passed, it really hit hard. But this is my childhood.
And think about this, really. We mentioned the other members of Kiss. When you think about it, you mention them. But when you first think Kiss,
Ace, Peter, Paul, Gene.
That's all I think about. When I say Kiss, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I don't throw Benny Vincent in there.
Nope.
What was his name? St. John.
Mark St. John.
St. John was there for a minute.
He was only there for a minute.
That's what I'm saying.
We got the bone of the bone cancer or whatever in the hand, and so.
Even Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce is probably the longest tenured now, or was the longest tenured now. Well, I don't know. Would that be Tommy Thayer now? Since him coming when Bruce left after the makeup years, when they took the makeup back, or put the makeup back on.
I forget about Mark St. John. I forget about Benny Vincent. Just because they're
so short.
Yeah, so short. It just wasn't the same vibe.
Benny was terrible.
You think Ace as the guitar? I think Ace as the guitarist.
When I look at the hierarchy of the guitarists at Kiss, it was Ace, Bruce, Tom, and even not so much Tommy as it was Ace and Bruce. And I'm not taking anything away from Tommy Thayer by what he's done over the years in the Spaceman makeup. But to me, the Spaceman will always be Ace.
Yeah.
It's just, it is what it is. Now, This one's a tough one, but when I think of Kiss drummer, man, Eric Carr was hands in.
I mean, you think of better drummers, but when you think of a drummer for Kiss, you think
Peter
Chris.
Criss.
I mean, that's
But
who's the drummer
Carr-
for Chris?
But Eric Carr was way.
Oh, he was better.
Yeah.
Both Eric Carr and Eric Singh were better than Peter. And because maybe not better is not the word, it's a different sound. They were more rock and rollish.
Totally.
But Peter was more jazzy,
Yeah.
kind of that vibe.
Oh, it's definitely a different sound. But and you know, even when they did the solo album, like Ace's album was way better than anybody else. I mean,
Yeah, I think his was-
Gene had some heavy hitters on for backing vocals. You got people like Cher. Of course, he's dating Cher at the time.
Right.
But you know, it is, you know, that is what it is.
Here's a question for you. What stands out from Paul's album?
Paul's album?
I don't know if I really delved
I
deep
have,
into Paul's
honestly, I'm going
album.
to tell you right now, I own it, and I don't think I've ever listened to it.
So, Peter, I've heard a couple songs. It was jazz. I didn't know whatever. Like it.
I mean, I'm not
You can't-
opposed to jazz.
You had New York Groove. When you think about it,
Rip it out.
the best songs out of the group.
Or Ace. They're on Ace.
Gene
Rip It
kind of
Out.
went there,
Spellblind.
did some stuff like When You Wish Upon a Star was on his. Like, all right, bro, whatever.
I mean, you know, I get he's trying something different, but okay. But Ace's album was just so much.
But now I'm gonna have to go back and listen to Paul's.
Well,
It's been a long time.
yeah, but I think I have, like I said, I've never listened to it, but seeing his little venture in like the R&B stuff was kind of like, okay. So I got a feeling that might be where his album kind of leads down an R&B style. But, I mean, and when he did that tour, it was good. Like, it was good. But I think Paul's the kind of vocalist that can sing anything. Like, I'm not saying that Freddie Mercury to me is one of the vocalists of all, greatest vocalists of all. Freddie, I think, can sing almost anything. I
The
think,
opera.
yeah, I think Paul.
He has a specific sound.
Right, but I don't think like opera. He's not going to sing opera. I don't think. But I mean, I'm not putting him on the same level as Freddie, but I think he's got a range almost as good as Freddie. But I mean, Paul, like you said, he's a great vocalist. I mean, obviously, and he's one of the few that through the years still sounds like he sounds. Obviously, he's not hitting the high notes.
Right, but he's
But he
kinda-
never was that high pitched guy.
He wasn't Axl Rose high,
Right,
Vince
yeah.
Neil high, but he got.
But he could get there. And I think, you know, obviously with age and everything, he knows his range, but he still sounds to me like he did. No, like you still, like if I close my eyes listening to him today, I still hear
I would say Gene's still in that same boat. Really
Gene
good.
said, yeah, because Gene didn't do it. I mean, he stayed, his voice is always good. You know, but he, what is mine? You know, he get a little high. But
Please stay. I thought they talked about him. I don't know what show it was. They're like, "Hey, Ken, let me tell you a story about the song. You know, Paul came to me with the song. He's like, giving the lyrics out. He's like, I'm gonna give it all to you. Yeah, I know what that is. Yeah, he's like tonight. You know, start out tonight. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna give it all to you. He's like, yeah, I know what he's doing. And he's like, what's my part, man? And he's like, do 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 do. He's like, I am singing. There's like a God of Thunder, and now you gotta be going do do do. He said, today that's still my worst favorite song to sing.
oh yeah, he hates that song.
That's like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, he hates that song. But I mean, you know, they are one of the greatest, and we are possibly losing one of the members, and that really makes me sad.
I would be, it'd be interesting to see when this does happen, what the music industry,
Says about it, does for him.
anything, because it's like, he had been on the major stage in so long. He's been on his tour, and the
It's always
reunion tour with
small clubs.
Kiss. But I mean, do people actually step up and be like, hey, yeah, I played guitar because of him? Do we hear those stories, or we just brush over it because he's not?
I think we'll have some, because I do know there are people that have credited kids for them being in the music industry and wanting to pick up an instrument. I mean, hell, Garth Brooks, but I'm not saying Ace was going to be playing guitar, but the influence is obviously there. So, I think we'll get some. But it surprised me because I was hard down here, kind of going through some things on the phone, and Facebook was open, and I was looking at it, and it was reported that I'm listening to satellite radio, Hair Nation to be specific, and no mention of any of it came across.
Well, what I was looking at, like DMZ, when you test me, that was only posted like 20 minutes prior to when I checked it. So it is kind of breaking.
Kind of fresh.
Yeah, I don't know when he went to the hospital or how long he's been there, when he was on the ventilator. Like,
I think he went straight when.
You ready for another beer?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the Castlewood.
Castlewood?
Well, let me try the caramel apple.
Caramel? I've got a sour. I've got German Pilsner. German Pilsner?
I'll try that one. We'll see how it goes.
Alright, so we out in Covington House. That's gonna be pretty good for you. We had to pause for War Daddy taking our
Beer order.
So, anyhow,
Our sponsorship.
our sponsor. We hold one day. Anyway, alright. So,
As of right now, he's still
he's still on ventilator, or on life
So,
support.
so that part of it. I don't know where Turnbuckle Tim got his screenshot Facebook thing, but
Oh yeah, I don't know either. But anyway, so we are in the midst of, we're in the middle of it. Thank you very much.
Very welcome.
I'm going to comment about this later.
Huh?
I had a good comment, but I don't know
About what?
I don't want to shoot on the air.
Okay. Alright. So we're in the midst of Halloween, October, spooky month. What are some of your Halloween traditions you have now that the kids are grown?
Nothing really. Nothing really when the kids were small. Halloween's never been my
Trick-or-treating though, right?
trick or treat. You do that. You dress up. Never really went to a lot of parties for trick or treat or Halloween parties. I'm not a super horror movie guy. I find it a little cheesy on some of them, so nothing really spectacular. I do like making carved pumpkins, doing some baking up some pumpkin seeds.
Yeah.
I guess that'd be a tradition. Baking up fresh pumpkin seeds, salting them up. Oh yeah, I love pumpkin seeds.
Really?
I like
Pumpkin seed? I never would have thought.
I love carving pumpkins. Used to have a pumpkin carving contest at all the places I've worked at.
Okay. Did you get pissed off when you didn't win?
I won.
Well, you were the boss, so you always won, right? Yeah. So,
There was voting going on, but
That was rigged. hey, I'll buy you a beer.
the iconic pumpkin throwing up a little baby pumpkin or something, whatever.
Yeah. Well, so all right. This is from October 1st through December 26th. My favorite time of year. I love this time of year. For whatever reason, the fall is just Covington House thing.
You like the
I love the scary portion of the year. I love scary movies. Now, when I say scary movie, it's got to be something that you really. The scary stuff.
are you more of a scary horror killer slasher movie? Are you more of a possession, creepy, could really happen, Ouija board?
Could really happen. That's the kind of shit that scares the living Jesus. And I'm not saying that possession is fake or anything, but the fucking scariest movie I've ever seen was The Exorcist. when that little bitch bent over backwards down the stairs in that spider web, holy fuck.
Freaks you out.
Freaked me out. And I even, like, so that was younger me, and then even when the wife and I started dating, they re-released it in the theater for a bit. So I'm like, you know what? I'm older now. Yeah,
It's like,
I got
quiet.
this.
Yeah, bitch, I get scared.
Yeah.
I got you.
Still, but on the big screen was worse. So, yeah.
Yes, I can get into more of the slasher type than I can. I don't like the possession and the weird freaky shit like that. That freaks me out a little bit.
I mean, it is freaky. The one, like, I do, there are certain slashers that I do like, but I don't, like, if it's an abundance of blood and gore, come on, we don't need that. Like, there was one,
Maybe more suspenseful type.
Yeah.
Like Scary Movie was
like
good.
Hitchcock.
Yeah. Kind of, you don't really know what's happening, but it's not really totally a freaky, scary killer movie, but it's just weird shit happening.
Yeah, like, I don't need the paranormal crap.
Almost like I can't say I really like Sixth Sense, but I like the ending where it's like, he goes through all this, it's like he's dead, but he finds out that he's the dead person.
He's the dead person.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah, that was creepy. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where
Seventh Sign with Demi Moore.
Yeah.
I like that one. Kind of movies like that. It's like,
what was the one? Oh my God, Keanu Reeves and Pacino had that one about the where he was the devil. And,
oh, you're talking about where he was the lawyer.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I mean, obviously that's not supposed to be scary, but
just the realm of.
And then one of my favorites is that old movie with Mickey Rourke back in the day with Angel Heart, where it was the voodoo down in Louisiana. He's the cop. Mickey Rourke plays the cop. It's got Lisa Bonet from the Cosby Show. And I believe De Niro I think he's even the main bad guy in it too. But there's a little, that's a good one too. But yeah, I mean, growing up on the slasher flicks, it's kind of like, yeah, okay. You know, like, and getting older, we would literally sit and do like a play-by-play. It's like, okay, folks, here you go.
Like when I saw like the It movies, some of them like the It stuff just seems so cheesy to me. It's like I just can't get into it. Especially, was it the remake or was the original with had the guy from Three's Company? Was he in that?
Which one?
It.
It?
It or It 2 or something. Maybe what it is. I want to say the guy from
Who was the guy from Three's Company? The original one had John Boyd. He was
maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
But now the original It.
John Ritter.
I don't remember him being in it.
He was the dad, or maybe he was.
Oh, maybe he. Well, yeah, maybe.
I want to say he was, but yeah.
Anyway, the original It, the one that was made for TV, was scarier, I think, than the one that they just re-released. The one they re-released, the remake, It 2. It's kind of like, what the hell, man? It's okay, supernatural, but it's like, yeah, come on.
What about like the Annabelle with the possessed doll?
She's in town. She's in town.
The official real doll.
The official real doll is at Scarefest.
Real doll, like the doll that was possessed is actually here.
Yes.
It's not in a museum somewhere, it's sitting somewhere behind glass cages. It is in Lexington, Kentucky. Bringing that voodoo hoodoo into my town.
Yep. They brought it in to rub a cover over the glass, so you could not see the doll. So you're going to pay an admission to Scarefest, but to see Annabelle, you're going to go pay another admission. That way, it's focused.
We pay the devil. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I won't be going there. But I mean,
maybe we'll go and like stare at it.
It would be kind of interesting to see, whatever. But I don't know whether you believe in that stuff or not. Okay. So
I watched a movie last night. It was called The Reaping.
The Reaping.
It's a girl, kind of like a Jennifer Gardner type, but I don't think it's her. But anyway, she's lost her daughter by some shit, but she goes around debunking kind of religious things.
Yeah.
And then she goes down to Louisiana, to this town where they're like, this girl made the blood turn, or the water turn to blood. Then they're having to go through the signs, and they come to find out in the end it was the town that was wanting her to kill the girl because they couldn't kill the girl themselves because she's magical.
It seems like I did see that.
Some of the 80s, 90s.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. What about the original Children of the Corn?
It's been a long time since I've seen that.
Oh yeah. When they tried to remake that, it was garbage. But oh my god.
Wasn't there another one like The Fly?
The Fly.
Not The Fly, but the Children of the Corn that thing. It was like started with F. I don't know.
There was Jeepers
I digress.
Creepers. I don't know. There's so many horror movies out there, scary movies that trying to be scary.
Now, I like
some are.
When I had the kids watching the Disney Channel, not scary movie, but the Disney Channel Halloween stuff, Halloween Town.
Yeah.
I like that series.
That's what I'm saying. They're a nice little hocus pocus.
I like. Have you seen this new one?
Yeah, I have.
I think there's a number 3 coming out.
I think so. You're right. So
I like those type of movies. Those are a little funny.
Edward Scissorhands. You've got the Frankenweenie. You've got the Tim Burton.
How about Rocky Horror Picture Show?
50 years. One of the biggest busts of all time. Like
has turned into one of
so much
the best
so much money.
Underground film of all time.
And then becomes like the number 1 cult classic. Like, I mean,
people on dressing up, doing the shit, saying the lines, whatever, blah 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 blah.
I mean,
although I have not seen it at the Kentucky Theater. Of course, I'm not downtown a lot anymore, but I used to be at the Kentucky Theater like on midnight showings.
Back in the day when we were coming down here live, you could do that stuff, like go and squirt and all that. But now no more.
Yeah,
so
sorry, what's not there?
If they play it, you can say the words, but it's like you can't throw anything. Because I don't know if you remember when they had to renovate for they were closed for almost 2 years for all the renovation because people fucked it up so bad.
People ruined it for everybody. I don't know.
But yeah, they said when they took it apart, like when they started taking things, the stage apart, like all this popcorn, where people were throwing shit. It's like wow. So yeah, I mean there are traditions like you've got the 31 days of Halloween on Freeform and all that stuff, but there's just certain things in doing when we were younger that it's like okay, like we used to go to Halloween parties, stuff.
My
like
parents always had Halloween parties and stuff, but really, other than trick or treating and carving pumpkins, the pumpkin seed bit, and maybe that's where I get it. That's all we really did. Like I said, they did the party stuff when they were younger, blah blah blah, but we never got into it really into it. Like we do Christmas, right? We do Griswold Christmas.
Oh, okay.
But Halloween just kind of like a pass through. On my way to Thanksgiving, where I can eat a lot of turkey and stuff.
Yeah, it's the bridge between summer and winter stuff. So I get it. It's not for everybody, but now this is my favorite time of year.
A lot of people are. I know. Like Halloween.
Now I'm not a Christmas Carol guy.
Oh.
So when they
flip
turn
that Christmas music on, baby. Give me that music, baby.
It's got to be December before I hear any Christmas music. I can't listen to it the day after Thanksgiving. I think it's going to be starting soon, isn't it?
It starts earlier than Thanksgiving this year, I think.
Like it's like Halloween, and then it's done. Then it's all Christmas.
I try to hold off until Thanksgiving Eve. That's when I start putting up. We do me and the kids. That's our tradition. After eating the turkey stuff, we'll put up the Christmas tree. We'll start doing the lights and everything. And listen to some music.
Okay.
I get into. That's when I start getting. I'm like most people. I don't know. I'm holiday specific. I want to get to Thanksgiving, and then we're done. I don't want to do Christmas stuff before Thanksgiving. I don't want to do Halloween stuff before or Christmas before Halloween. I don't want to do like when you go shopping, you gotta buy something. Like Walmart's already got their winter shit out in the summer, and then come February they'll have the bathing suits on sale, and then March they'll be on clearance because they don't want to have bathing suits on sale. Like, hold up, bro. Get me one season at a time.
Yeah. Like right now, they're already putting Christmas stuff out.
Oh, they've had it.
Oh.
Walmart's had that for a couple weeks.
See, I don't frequent Walmart. I go to Walmart and Meijer. Well, I go Meijer more than I do Walmart, but I go to Walmart for one specific reason. It's only if I can't find it in Meijer. That's when the Monster cereals are released. Count chocolate, Frankenberry, blueberry. Those are the only three when they had the wolf and the mummy.
Now I don't remember. Maybe you can refresh my memory. were those cereals as when we were kids
They were
only seasonal or were they all year?
No, they were all
That's what I
year
was. That's
long.
what I thought.
Yeah, they were all year long.
That's what I was thinking. I couldn't remember. But now they're just seasonal. Is that?
Yeah, they come out for Halloween and they last, and like 1st of November they're packed up.
What was your favorite?
Oh, my favorite was the wolf.
Was there a wolf?
Yeah, there was a Yummy Mummy, and then there was the berry,
Frankenberry.
Frankie
Count
Berry.
Chocula.
But then you had
The blueberry
wolf was,
one.
The wolf was, oh man, I can't remember what he was called, but he was my favorite. I've always been a wolfman type of guy.
What flavor was that?
It was kind of a fruit flavor, but Yummy Mummy, I believe, was also a fruit flavor. So you had, and then obviously you go Frankenberry is the strawberry, and
I like Frankenberry a lot. I like.
then you got Count Chocula is the chocolate.
It had the ghost. Blueberry.
Blueberry was the blueberry one.
I don't see a wolf.
Yeah, there
Oh, there it
fruit,
is.
fruit,
Fruit. All right.
Yeah, then they had one time they had the Yummy Mummy. Fruit Root got released limited last year, so I actually got a box of it, so it's still sealed.
Just
So anyway.
cryogenically sealed.
Yeah, I have.
But really, the most popular, I think, were the Frankenberry and the Count Chocula. Blueberry, I can remember a little bit of that one.
Yeah.
I said the wolf. I don't know. I don't really remember that one.
So yeah,
Good cereal.
that was the West 6th rep. When he comes out of the bathroom, we're gonna grab him, get his beer, and tell him to come on in. We're gonna sit him
Do you want
down.
to pause for a reset to the next table? Or?
Nah, I'm not gonna wait. Just gonna pull the stool out. Sit. Let me see if it takes him out. Yeah, it's all right. Sorry, this is not our normal seating arrangement. We were blindsided.
Arrogant bastards.
So
They didn't know.
they
They bored people.
yeah, everybody came up and she apologized. It was a shift change error. So
What the hell's going on?
we're making food. But yeah, when he comes, we'll grab him, have him sit down with us. Hey Emily, can you grab Corey's beer? I'm gonna grab him when he comes out of the
Yeah,
bathroom.
what is it?
Huh? No, he's sitting over there. I was gonna have you grab his beer so when he comes out we can just,
Huh?
hey, grab your beer, man. Come on over. All right, we'll do. So we're gonna have the West 6th rep sit down with us with notch cards. We're gonna find out a little something about
West 6?
West 6th and thank you for the wonderful gifts that we've got. So here he comes right now.
It's our West 6th Street guy. Woo!
Yep.
Corey, right? Corey, right?
Kyle.
Kyle, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Buckeye Jason, I'm Eric. Welcome to the Brewery Boys
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
broadcast. What are you sipping on right there?
So I'm doing our sour, the Shaggyberry
I
sour.
had that.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. It's just something easy, something different. You know.
Now
you
you
can-
told me that the blackberries were
from our farm in Frankfurt.
in Frankfurt,
Yeah.
so locally grown.
Yeah, locally grown.
Yeah.
One-off beer. Once it's gone for the year. It come back again in 2026.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it. And now I'm having the caramel apple.
I like that one. I had that one first.
This one, yeah, I'm not an apple guy.
Yeah.
But we've had several apple caramel here. This one you can actually taste the caramel.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
When you smell it,
Yeah.
open that package of those caramel apples with the stick in it.
I know, right? Yeah, the suckers,
That's-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
so we got into the cider game a couple years ago, just because we have a lot of customers that come to the brewery that celiac, gluten free. So we didn't see ourselves in that realm. That's just not our realm. We're big boozy guys and IPA guys or whatever. But so all of our ciders are more traditional European style. So they're all 5%.
Okay.
So they're either semi-dry or semi-sweet.
Okay.
So they're not overpowering on the back
You
end.
said it smelled like a wine.
Yeah, 100%. And what's fun, I just actually got a placement to do at a bar here locally in Lexington, that caramel apple with a fireball shot. Now
We
now
had
listen.
something similar.
It was the
Was it Jameson?
Angry Apple. It was the
Yes.
Angry Orange.
So I got the new Fireball, Blazing Apple Fireball, and I went to Kingland last Friday. Drank the head off the caramel apple. Pour that in there. Now you're talking about like a little spice up to the game. You're just like, oh, okay. A little booziness to it.
So
So
it did you right.
yeah, it did me right. It's just a nice little beer cocktail. So
All right. Well, we had, they here at Jack Brown's, they've introduced us to several, and I believe it was the Angry Apple or Angry something. No, the drink was called
these angry balls, I heard them talking about.
Angry Balls.
That's what they were talking about. Yeah.
No, hold up. I didn't know the name of it. What is it? I might not have gone for that one.
Yes, you were here for that one.
I was here, but if they just told me the name of it, I'd be like, hold up.
Yeah,
Just
Right? You had balls in your mouth.
Yeah.
I don't want to
So
know
angry
angry ball. What are
Yeah.
angry balls about? What the hell's going on
It's a
here?
different. It's not the game like Angry Birds.
Yeah. Hey man, it was one time it was in college. That's what
Yeah,
you
right.
say.
Yeah, right.
I'm experimenting. What was going on?
$20, $20.
That's where there was like cell phones back in those days, right?
Thank God.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Of course, you don't look that old, so yeah.
I'm 43. Yeah, so I mean, when I was growing up, like I'm a cool 17-year-old when I was with the cell phone version. You're like, yeah,
First
the
cell phone was like
Nokia.
that Zach Morris
Yeah.
looking one. That's like,
Oh, yeah.
Like my dad got me the
Brick.
Yeah.
That hold two hands.
Yeah.
How about this?
Yeah.
Do you like Kiss?
Kiss? Yeah.
We've had some devastating news today. Ace Frehley is
What?
currently on death's bed.
He is on
I
life
am
support
not.
with a brain bleed.
What?
Apparently fallen a couple weeks ago, and I guess some kind of bleed was going on, and they just found
They
it.
just now discovered it. Wow.
He canceled the rest.
So I'm telling you right now, it's cause this damn doll's in town. Annabelle.
We're just talking about that
I'm
too.
telling you right now, because that house fire all of a sudden on the long road, because it went, but none of the other two houses, those houses are so close. The other two houses weren't affected. It was just the one house. So I'm like, and now then they're rolling this damn doll into town, and I'm like, shit's getting weird. So I'm like, I'm out about it.
That was
I don't
pretty
like
good.
possession dolls.
Well, if you have a whole crew to walk this thing around, no, I'm good.
Well, and a priest with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I didn't hear about it.
Yeah.
so one of my coworkers is going this weekend. So I said, you better lather your ass up in holy water. Just be sprinkling on you.
This is like the Golden Child scene where
Yeah.
surrounded by symbols of good all around
Yes.
her. Keep her box.
Yeah, there is a priest that follows the
I
doll
want the knife.
with the whole cross and the holy water.
Yeah.
Is he chanting?
I don't know,
So
but
they,
better
so
be.
if you follow Scarefest, they had to walk in through the dock at the road.
yeah.
And like there's the handlers, the cover was over top of it. There's one guy leading the way, two guys on this side, on the sides, and then a priest at
Yes.
the back. And it was like literally like
So
Just keeps dousing with water.
You just gotta-
Dousing with water.
I mean, weird things are happening. I mean, you just told me about Kiss God, and it's like, oh, wait a second. So
now house fire. I didn't know about the house fire.
Yeah,
That's
no, it
pretty
happened.
crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I was
How about
like,
this? Would you take Annabelle, watch, what was the movie we talking about?
The Exorcist.
Exorcist,
Fuck no.
while playing with the Ouija board.
nope, no,
$1 million.
no.
Fuck no. For $1 million?
No, just give me, I'll be obese with a lot of beer.
Yeah, no. So what is your favorite here at West 6th?
So I'm a huge Oktoberfest guy. I love Marzens. We've already blown through most of our inventory already, which is a good thing. But I just love that style of beer. Like you kind of get a mixture of the ambers and all that. It's actually kind of crazy working at West 6. I've been be there for 5 years coming up next year. I forget about all the beers we make. So I'm sitting at the brewery and I'm just like, well, I'm gonna try that today because I haven't had that in a hot minute. And it's like, oh, that's really good. I forgot how good that beer was. It's just like the style of beer, but Oktoberfest beers are my style. One of these days I will make it over to Munich to actually enjoy the festivities. Yeah.
100,000 days.
Yeah. So, I'll be the fool running and jumping on
Need a
tables.
little
And,
Buckeye to go with.
there you
That
go.
one right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Hold on to it. I've had West 6 Oktoberfest a long time ago. Is it in blue can?
Yeah, that blue with the white checker.
Yeah.
I'll have to try it again because I can't remember if I was that impressed with it or not. I've seen it back.
No, you're good.
I'll try it.
It's just, I mean, it does well for us because it's just more of a true Marzen style of the beer. It's only 5.5%. But, you know, it's crazy right now. We're so busy. Like, we're getting ready to release our first winter IPA. So we're getting ready to have that come out. But, like, Christmas sale's right on the tail. You know, so Oktoberfest ends, and then, you know, we just kick Christmas sale today.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, Christmas sale will be releasing 1st of November. So I'm just like, my head's like, I'm just like, I go from one holiday to the next. I'm just like, holy crap. Like, this is
Yeah, in the beer world, I would imagine it moves pretty quick.
it moves quick, but like, you know, like styles of beer, like Oktoberfest, Christmas sale, your windows, you have windows, right? So you got to make sure that beer is sold in that window. Ain't nobody buying Oktoberfest in November.
That's very true.
But ain't nobody buying. Well, yeah, you
That's
will.
what this guy would.
But you know, if it's in a production side of it, you know, just like Christmas sale, like you gotta have Christmas sale out the door before January.
What is the Christmas one?
So our Christmas sale is it's basically, I call it Christmas in a can. It's 9%. It's a big boozy beer, but it's cloves, nutmeg, cinnamon, all the flavors in a nice.
Is it a porter?
It's kind of style of porter, yeah, stout kind of porter hybrid a little bit.
Heavy?
It looks heavy, but it doesn't drink heavy.
I've had it.
But it's a oneer. It's not. You're not gonna go to your party and crush a six pack.
Yeah, it's good.
Exactly, yeah.
I think it's only sold in
No, we sell six packs.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. But it's just one of those where you take it to share, right? So you have one, and you're like, all your friends are
Hey,
at the
I got a
house.
Christmas sale. Look
We
at
got a
your
Christmas
eyes.
sale, yeah. So, but yeah, it's just it's that big time of year. It's just bang, 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 bang. You know, like all the beers here tonight. You know, the Shadra Sour, Farm Release, one-off beer. Cove House is the beer we make for our Covington location in Covington, Kentucky.
Now, I believe that's the one you just had.
That's the one you had first, I think, was the lager.
No, I had the caramel apple. This is the
You said German Pilsner.
Yeah. So that's that. And then the Castlewood Black IPA is the beer we make in honor of Castlewood Park.
That's the one. That's the one. That's going to be my last beer of the night.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy. It pours in a glass. You're like, it looks like a stout, but it drinks like an IPA. So still light and all
It looks
that.
like it says it's 7%.
Yeah.
It looks like a beer. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty light
Yeah.
for an IPA.
It is. Our OG IPA is only 7%.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. So of course we have boozy IPAs at the tap room. The Burning Daylight's double IPA is 9.5%. So if you're looking to get froggy,
And you have tap room exclusive beers, right?
yeah. So like right now we have a watermelon basil sour. So also the watermelon is grown by a restaurant in Frankfurt called Locals Pub and Pizza.
Okay.
And then the basil is grown on our farm, and we just combine the two.
Same farm that the blackberries.
Yep.
How does that taste with the basil?
If you like basil, you'll love it. So the basil does come through. So it's one of those where it's like you have
It
to.
overpowers the watermelon?
It doesn't really overpower it, but the back end comes through. So on the back of the palate, you're just like, there's the basil. You know, the water, when you pour it in the glass, nice watermelon color, that nice light pink, whatever. But then when you drink it, you're just like, there it is, like on the back of the palate.
Hey, man.
Yeah, it was occupied.
You did not have a table ready for us. What is going on?
I told him before
Dude,
I
I know who we are.
I said, have the ring and the cable set up.
Look, she's cool with her name tag and all that now, so she thinks she's
Emily, where is she?
running around like a
She's
good head.
She said it got crazy and shit changed. We're good.
Oh.
We're good. We're good.
What are you supposed to Commerce later? You have a meeting today?
Oh yeah, I went to a commerce meeting today.
What's your meetings?
Yeah,
I wanna sell
we're gonna
beer
probably have a
outside.
commerce meeting.
Free parking?
here.
No, sure.
No, they were more like, who are you? Who are you? And I was like, well, who are you?
You're like, dude,
And
You
the
don't know
main
who I am?
girls who put on the meeting, they're like, we've been waiting for you to come. And I'm like, okay, because I was like an hour late because we were kind of busy. And yeah, the whole thing.
You got Adam Sandler in town tonight, so you gotta be kind of busy. So
2, 3, yeah, 3 people here. I told.
Emily's here. She's running around. She's really.
She's running around. She's doing good.
She's been cleaning up, bussing tables. So
she worked hard. What's the We're okay.
Right before I left, I was like, don't forget. Do you guys want the ring still? Do you want the ring still? Or
Nah,
you
we're
guys
alright.
good?
We're alright.
fun are
I
these?
know, right?
She saved you. She saved you one too.
And he got us this. You have one too.
He loves this.
I'm pretty sure we have one somewhere, right?
You what?
I'm sure we have one somewhere, right?
You got one. I saw Emily with it, or Phil with it. I brought gifts too, so.
Phil probably. I had the bag of shirts, remember? And I can't find them. I gave them to the employees. Emily lost hers.
Sounds about right.
Phil said his didn't fit his, and he didn't know to wear it today. But I specifically wrote it in a chat saying,
Gonna
"Do
cut it
not
off and make it
forget."
a crop
I said,
top.
"Do not forget to wear your West Silk shit today."
Crop top.
And then I had some because I told you guys I had it for the bucket. I have no idea where they are. They're not my usual hiding spots. I was like,
Well, we'll get the bucket next week.
yeah, we'll try again.
Oh yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll get it. So yeah, Kyle's been super nice. He's telling us everything.
Yeah. Give them all the scoop.
Yeah,
The scoop of things.
yeah. So yeah, we're just kind of going over.
You know your notch shirt arrived?
Yes, you told me that, and I'm trying to as fast as I can.
What's your notcher name?
What is my notcher name? I forget.
Sir Eric the Antiguous.
Yeah.
That's a big
Whoa,
patch.
okay.
That's a big patch.
That was like a $32.
There's a dot. And you got to flip the patch
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, you know, it flips
It
up.
unfolds.
It's Velcroed. It's
Yeah, it
hanging.
opens up. Yeah, he's 27 away.
27 away.
You got this.
Where'd you come up with that?
Actually, Brian helped me come up with
Whoa,
that.
what the hell was that?
Oh, that
You
was
just knocked off. You knocked off their
Yeah, it's
clip. Nope.
Oh my
Oh, that's a
god.
clip. It's actually just breaking everything.
She's
Oh
just
my
breaking
God.
everything.
So yeah, Brian, my buddy Brian, you know Brian, still.
Oh, there's Emily.
He D&D
Behind you.
through high school and all that. So it's actually, he's like, come up with a good notch name. What do you think? I said something evil. He's like, I got you. So he came up with it.
Oh, heck
And
yeah.
I was like, all right, so what does that mean? And he's like, I've got it in a text message. So I'm like, all right, I'll have to write that down. I'm not.
We're gonna need the meeting because
I'm
everybody's
not-
gonna be
I'm not
asking.
gonna remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So it was. He came up with that. It was pretty cool. Yeah, well, I'm a total geek at heart. So
That's all right.
Nerds. God.
yeah.
Oh, y'all have a cerveza. I haven't seen that.
Yes, we do.
That's not bad.
We have some new renditions of Cerveza coming out in 2026, so be able to look out for that.
Okay.
Yeah, we of course we do the beer for the soccer team and all that. So that's
So is that a specific style, or is it a rebranding of what it?
no. So it's a specific style. It's basically Penny Row's little brother. It's a dry hop pale ale, but it's not heavily dry hopped like Penny Row is.
So we went to a soccer game, not this season but last season, and I got the stadium ale, and I was like, man, this is. It reminds me of something.
Yeah,
and I went to the IPA.
Yeah, so it's Penny Row. So it's a dry hopped pale ale, but it's only 4.9% instead of the 6% like Penny Row is. So we just dialed back on the hops when we threw them into the tanks. So we wanted something where it's like soccer fans are, in other countries, of course, are big drinkers.
Oh yeah.
So we wanted to find something like we can serve in that 19-ounce can and not have people being like falling out on themselves at the game.
We don't need
right?
hooligans going.
We don't need people like rushing the field and everything else. So.
Oh yeah.
You what? Oh, I mean, it's not been it's been a pretty fun gig to be part of it. It's just like, you get there and they have this nice big LED board at the stadium, and so it's like when West Six Brewing pops up, you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. And they just told us they're hosting the Kentucky State High School soccer tournaments at the LSU Stadium this year. So
That's going to be a nice little complex. I mean, I
100%.
guess it's still
being worked, and
It's kind of the other fields for the youth games.
Yep.
Yeah,
their youth academies.
It'd be really nice if licensed with local would use that instead of masters. There's no separation really.
In there, like right across the street, there used to be a big soccer field area.
I think
that was
softball.
School. That's down there.
You're Brenda Cowan.
It was before.
Yeah, Brenda Cowan Elementary, and I am third. They play in those fields and over there, but
Down the street is Sayre and South Hudson.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
yeah.
the soccer team will eventually, so they're putting some retail space in. So as if when you turn off Richmond Road right there, like where they're building the Starbucks, there's development for more retail to keep people either coming in and doing something because, it's kind of on an island out there.
Oh, yeah.
The plan was, of course, for it to be built right by Rupp.
Yeah.
And then city officials, everybody's like, we can't take Rupp parking away, but it's like, well, what's the matter? You already paid for it. We already paid to park anyway.
Right.
So when it got built out there in Athens, Boonesboro, it's kind of on an island, so I think they're going to develop some stuff. The goal is hopefully to have like a restaurant, maybe like a little small bar, something to keep people in their seats before games or after games, just to kind of draw the attention out to
We're
them.
trying to get. I'm trying to get we have a banner.
Yeah.
I want a big flag, like the group, like the
Yeah.
so we can.
Yeah.
So we can
You need a flag, you need some of those smoke
So
cannons.
hook that to a pole, that's a flag.
Yeah, but no, I mean like with the big, we have Lexington Sporting on the side.
Yeah, you need to get you some smoke cannons,
Yeah.
some pop them off and be like, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see, you got it. You fit right in. Just go in there and yell at the ref, and you're perfect.
If only Steve were here, he could do the chant. It's perfect. But yeah. So yeah, I've had the stadium mail, and it was like I said, it put me in mind of something, but I'm like, and then we said penny roll, like, yep, that exactly.
Is there a stadium mail as well for the Legends, or is that just y'all do that anymore?
We have, so we've been approached about doing some stuff, but of course in the beer world, the turnaround if we want to do labels, finding tank space and all that, it's like you can't we have to find almost a calendar year ahead of time to be able to be like, all right, we're in on this. Like what's, for example, back to Stadium Ale was when Lexington Sporting came to Georgetown, when they were playing at Georgetown College, they actually approached us about doing a beer. And our color is kind of similar, so they kind of fit. We would love to do stuff with the baseball team. It's just, we got to find that right, like what style of beer, when can we get it in the tanks, and all this.
Y'all sell out there now?
We did last year. We do have some can options at
It
the
used to be,
stadium.
when they first opened, that was the
Yeah.
Thursday.
It was West Sixth inning, yeah. So it's just budgets, sponsorships.
One of the, of course, the Legends kind of started dipping a little bit. Attendance.
Well, and that was when it was affiliated with Major League Baseball, and when as fans we could all go and kind of hook up to a player and be like, oh, we're gonna watch them, follow that, and nothing against these guys playing indie ball. They're all great athletes, but it's you kind of lost that fan base when you're not a farm team anymore. You're just an indie ball, and I think now with Banana Ball coming, the Banana Ball and all that coming to town, they're actually coming to Lexington Legends Stadium in September next year.
That's a small stadium.
It is. So, but it's not going to be the Bananas. It's going to be their two new teams.
Yeah.
It's going to be the Locomotives and the Clowns.
Yeah.
So, I think that style of baseball would fit the Legends. Like the Legends could find a way to get into that, that style of play.
Yeah.
We had two teams for a while. I thought maybe they were going to do something.
Yeah, so I think that would be an ideal fit, It's because you watch Brandon Phillips comes down to own the team, but Brandon Phillips is retired, making millions of dollars on retirement from the Cincinnati Reds, and the Braves. So it's just I love that they're still around. I think it's great. I kind of I'm old school. I kind of miss the Thoroughblades and the hockey and all that. I think
Just too many games.
too many games, but it's just a rough schedule too. It's you got Disney on Ice that comes every other weekend.
I love the Horsemen.
Yeah, actually, fun fact, I worked for the Horsemen. I was their director of football operations for 5 years.
Super duper John Cooper.
Yeah, Super Duper John Cooper, Chad Spencer, Harry Lewis.
Yeah.
When Lorenzen played with us,
Dusty Bonner was the quarterback.
Dusty Bonner, Eddie Livingston.
Oh yeah, we went down.
When we had Craig East, Craig East came through and played for us for a minute.
His uncle George was the timekeeper.
Yeah,
And he would tell
That was
stories.
entertaining.
It was great, man. It was what it all came down to, man. The rent that Rupp charged us. Oh my God! It was you're hemorrhaging. You're pouring in money, and if you don't have something who wants to pour that money in, it's going to run dry at some point.
That was.
Yeah, so
We
there
actually.
was decent crowds, but it wasn't enough to satisfy everybody.
It wasn't enough to say like, well, for that X amount of dollars that cost us to lease it, did we really make that back in ticket sales? Because in any minor league sport, you're giving away more tickets than you are actually selling tickets because you're trying to get people butts in seats. So, but it was a great.
It was a great time.
That was a fun time for me. Like I got to travel. I got to go to we went to play the Green Bay Blizzard, and we got to go tour Lambeau and do all the fun stuff. But the only downfall about arena life was it's all buses. You ain't flying planes.
You're only making $50 a game.
Yeah. You get a per diem, and here's your bus, and have fun.
Oh man. Yeah, we had a good time. Though. We got.
They were at the horse park. That was just that's so far away. Right out there.
Well, we went 2 times, and it was just not.
It was pieced together.
Yeah,
very busy, yeah.
Just like, I don't want to drive out here all the way.
Yeah.
And that's another thing.
If
Once
they
you're
did an outdoor league, they could play in the high school field.
yeah, but that's another thing too. With the Horsemen, you're associated with an organization like Arena Football 1 or Arena Football 2. So you had that kind of backing of the money with the Horsemen. But when they went out to the horse park and they were the war horses or whatever, they was independent. So it's whatever sponsors you can help raise money to pay for your field, your
They played
uniforms.
at All-Tech Arena.
Yeah, and then half of it was dirt. Yeah, so you're getting tackled. You're like dusting yourself off like done.
I remember seeing Heston Lefty out there. That's when he got really big.
Oh, that's when he was with the River Monsters.
Yeah. River Monsters, I was like, who the fuck is that lineman? That's fucking Jeremy. Dude was like 70 pounds.
Yeah.
Man. Still balling.
He was still trying to ball. I mean, you gotta give it to the man. Like none of us would be all like, I ain't going out there.
Yeah, that was She hollered at you.
What? Me?
Yeah, the girl in the black dress walking out. She said she's wearing a name tag. Her stuff's right there. I don't know if she's.
Oh, that's Kat. So she's with Bites of Bluegrass.
Oh, okay.
So they do you can sign up for tours and they hit up a few restaurants and stuff around town. So yeah, Ashley actually told me they were going to be here.
All right.
So yes, so her dad, so her daddy's a brewer.
Nice.
And her and her sister have an Instagram, the Brewer's Daughters, because their daddy is a brewer.
Well, how apropos, you are on the Brewery Boys broadcast. So there we go. We're covering all kinds of angles here.
Cal, as y'all know, is a great person to talk to.
Oh yeah, we're
They're on all kinds of fun stuff.
As you should.
Her dad used to brew for Old Louisville Brewing up in Louisville.
Okay.
So,
Here comes Ash.
and actually I homebrew a little bit. He's actually came to the house. We actually homebrewed a beer for her sister's wedding.
Oh, nice.
It was a strawberry blonde.
And the brewer dude.
Yeah, I love brewer dude.
So
He makes good beer.
he brewed a beer for us.
Okay.
He wanted to do a bragging. It's an old
Oh yeah, they're tough. Yeah.
So he did it, and we call it was the Brewery Boys bragging. He kept it on down there. It's free of charge. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. But it was really, really good.
Yeah, brackets are tough. Like,
He said this was the most challenging, but it was the most fun.
yeah.
Because he'd always wanted to do it. So Aaron, kudos to you. And I stopped by there last week. They have another one on. It's the same recipe. He just tried to tweak it to get more honey with the meat mixed or whatever. It's called Beat Me Up Brown. Not as good, he said. But he's still. It's on tap down there.
Mead's a tough.
Yeah.
I mean, you
I
gotta
thought it
watch
was going to
mead.
be a little bit heavier or
Well, so did I.
but it was actually smooth.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, meads are tough because you gotta watch them. Where they call that lease or whatever it is, the head. You gotta watch and make sure you don't leave it on the leads too much and all that. So yeah, I respect to people who can do meads. 100% respect to them people and brackets as well because bracket can either be really good or really bad.
Yeah. Well,
That was a bracket.
Yeah. And we also did an Oktoberfest for us.
Okay.
So
For you, I'm assuming, right?
yeah, yeah.
That's what you want. Oktoberfest it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he got his Oktoberfest. Funny thing was, so me and another member of our crew, Steve, we drove up to Mad Tree, which I have a friend, Andrew Carl, who works for Mad Tree. So we took our growler of our Oktoberfest to Mad Tree as a housewarming gift. Like, I come to your house,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring you a nice bottle of wine.
For sure.
I gave it to their bar manager, Grant, I'm sorry, and they actually cracked it. I said, "This, here you go." Well, they cracked it, and he traded. So we did a trade, our Oktoberfest for their Oktoberfest, which we were the recipient of their Oktoberfest growler. So
Sweet.
And they actually said that it was, it was a really good Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
He said it was a little flat. I said, well, here's the deal. The night before, Thursday, is when they kegged it or tapped it
Yeah.
at the brewer dude. I drove down, got the growler, took it home, put it in the fridge, and then it was in the car, made the trip all the way up.
Yeah.
So-
Growlers are tricky trying to keep the CO2, even if they wrap them with black tape.
Yeah,
It's like, it's still
But
like
that-
tape
so
somehow.
it's still hell. It's still hell.
Yeah.
But we got good reviews. So we've had good reviews.
Well, good.
from Brewer Dude. So now I guess our next step, we're gonna try to coerce somebody into make us a beer.
There you go. Yeah. Hypnotize me. No, I think, and like, back to Brewer Dude, I love that their space
Yeah.
they moved to on National from
Yep.
East 7th. Very convenient for me being, dabbling in the homebrew to drive the East 7 because I'm right there, right?
Right.
But I love the new space and we can actually sit down and enjoy a drink and
Yeah.
chat with the guys. So.
I haven't had anything bad from it.
No. And everything. If you look in the back, it's like all like 5-gallon batches at
Yeah.
a time. It's a lot of work. You're doing one keg and then you're like flipping it over, cleaning it. Because if you work in the beer world and you're a brewer, 90% of your time is cleaning.
Yep.
It ain't brewing beer. It's cleaning
cleaning.
everything to make sure it's ready for the next beer. So Matt, bunch of respect to those guys for just like the turn and burn. And then they have the biggest keezer I think in the world I've ever seen. 'Cause, they got like 12 taps in that sucker. And
Oh
it's
yeah.
like a damn car. You got like 3 deer in it, I think.
That little voice system for the kegs in
Yeah.
and
When it closed, they've got the call.
Because they're all engineers.
Yeah.
They're all smart. They're like, they're not exactly like us. We'd be like, pull my legs.
Yeah.
We got it. They're like this. Oh, let's put a hoist in and just
Yeah.
raise them like
This is awesome.
Harbor
Yeah.
Freight.
Yeah,
Freight.
he was there hoisting it up
I was getting
there.
ready to go. I was like, oh, this is easy.
Yeah, no, they're a good group of guys. We did our Parktoberfest in September at the Henry Clay Estate,
Yeah.
and we invited them.
Took that beer.
Yeah, we invited them, and they were like happy as fly. Just floating kegs, serving beer, and it opened up the eyes of a lot of people too that hey, there's a homebrew shop in town. Because a lot of people they just don't know. They don't follow them on social media, and that's everything's online now, right? So it just opened a lot of people's eyes to like, oh, there's a homebrew shop, and you can also go sit and drink. I'm on a podcast here. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
This is Brady. Brady's one of our co-founders at West
Hey, how are you? Yeah, good to see
Eric
you.
Bowen, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, so these
Yeah, I
are,
thought I'd swing by and be supportive.
no, we're talking beer.
What's
Yeah.
that?
So we're just talking beer.
Yeah,
Hanging
we're
out.
out, you got the Brewery Boys broadcast
right here behind
going on
you.
right here, so
I'll do the lean in.
Yeah.
I won't keep y'all, but I
No, I'll be over in a second. Yeah.
yeah, cool.
yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, so Brady's one of the original guys that, so kind of our story is, Brady, he's been around Lexington his whole life, so, he knows more of the real estate side, and one of our owners is, he worked for Amazon. He's a mechanical engineer in his trade, and the other owner, one of the other original 3 owners is another just Lexington local guy, and they just want to do something for the community, so they're like, let's start a brewery. None of them had brewing experience. None of them knew about beer. So they brought in a guy that formerly worked for Lexington Brewing, and he knew the production side. And then that's when one of the guys is like, I'm going to go hike the Appalachian Trail. And when you all find the building, call me. and I'll stop and meet you all.
Wow.
And when we found Rainbow Bread Factory in 2010 is when they actually purchased the building. We didn't open until 2012. He got off the trail, smelling like Sasquatch, and came straight in, and they looked at it, they loved it, and then the story of West Six kind of started. So it's kind of cool because there was bread made in that building, and now there's beer made. And so we both use yeast. Yep. So,
Yeast connection.
yeah.
I know. I'm gonna go hike this trail. You go find a place. I'll be there.
I'll pay for everything. You go do this.
Yeah. Wow.
So-
I have no idea what that would feel like.
Yeah, me either.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can pay you by the winter.
Yeah. So okay. So back in the day, you lived here for your whole life.
I've lived here. I moved to Lexington after I graduated. I'm from Frankfurt originally, but went to UK. So left in 2000. So I've been here 25 years.
All right.
Yeah.
So back in the late '80s, early '90s, maybe even in the mid '90s, there was a brewery up where Tilted Kilt and all that is.
Oh, BBC. Was it Bluegrass Brewing Company?
I don't think it was Bluegrass. I think it was Lexington something. But they were ahead of the game. I mean, because obviously this
What were they called?
I can't remember. I don't know.
Yeah, because Lexington Brewing opened in '99.
Yes. So this one predates that. So we were wondering, like, if that one predates the Lexington Brewing Company or was all taken,
Yeah.
I wonder who owns those recipes. Because those
Those are probably lost in history.
Because I can remember like walking in, of course, not knowing anything about craft beer at that time.
Yeah.
They walk in, it's like, you go to order a Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Lite, or MGD or whatever. They got a little like dorm refrigerator behind the bar saying, oh yeah, no, we sell like they're like 8 taps or whatever it was. Like, well, I don't drink craft beer. Well, what do you drink? Well, at the time it was Coors Light. It's like, taste this. Okay. No, it's not Coors Light. You just had that mentality.
Yeah.
And now it's like, wow, that was like 15 years ahead of the game.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
At least.
I mean,
You know what Lexington Brewing?
Maybe it will. I mean, I don't know. But
Yeah.
I don't really. It's not ringing a bell. But
It was an odd thing because at that time it was like, wait, what's this place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, they had huge tanks, and you're just like, oh, okay.
You want to
Hey,
come
come
on
on.
too? Come here.
It was all the ladies. wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, this is Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
Hey, Kelly.
Welcome to the
Kelly is
Bird Boys
our
podcast.
creative and marketing director at West Six.
Oh, nice.
Ask
nice.
me anything. You have one question.
Oh, I can tell you.
What is
Can I have $1 million?
That's a request.
No, that's a question. Can I have?
Okay, no.
May
That's
I
not good
have?
content.
What is the airspeed velocity of a swallow?
All right. What is this podcast about? Please don't tell me it's about beer
What's your-
because you
what's
could
your
have asked
favorite-
me anything and that's
What's
what you
your
chose to
favorite
ask.
beer?
Are you single?
West Six IPA and no.
West Sixth IPA.
West Six has this advent calendar, and I emailed you about it to see if I can get my hands on one this year.
You can buy one.
Well, yeah, I just wanted one reserved
That would be nice.
so I could buy it this year. But we should open it on the show.
Oh yeah,
We
absolutely.
were gonna do our intent was we were gonna open the day of and put it on our.
Yeah, that'd be that. Yeah.
Interesting.
That'd
Yeah.
be cool.
It's a pretty secretive thing. But yeah. Yeah, it's
Very,
pretty special.
very secretive.
You're making too
Well,
much.
yeah, you've got everybody coming in tonight.
All right, I'll leave you alone, Kyle. Sorry, are you live?
Hello.
Do you have some insight you want to give us? You can stay.
No, I want to drink a beer.
Yeah,
to be
we'll bring a
honest.
beer. I'll be over there.
No insight.
No insight.
Unless you ask me a really hard-hitting question about craft beer or West Six.
Yeah, she knows. Yeah. So yeah, she's Kelly's one. Anytime you see social media posts
She's the one
or
that's-
she teams up with Cricket Press and does helps with all of our can designs and stuff like that. So she's an OG. She's been around for about 12 years.
Cool. All right.
Maybe 12 years plus. I mean, but no, she's one of the OGs. So she's the brainchild
How old
behind her.
is Wesley?
12. We're 13.
Just hit the teenager.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
teenager.
So that's so it's crazy. I mean, of course, I've been with the company going on 5 years. Feels like I've been there all 13. I came from corporate world. I came from Lowe's.
Oh.
Yeah, I was an assistant store manager, but COVID ruined me. So I was like, I ain't enough money in the world to deal with these people. So I was like, I need
right
out.
there with you.
I was like, so I needed out, and I actually just got on LinkedIn. I told my better half, I said, I got to change. I need to change. So I got on LinkedIn, and they were hiring for a delivery driver. And when I interviewed for the job, the owners were like, you won't be in that position very long. And so I started in May of 21, and as a delivery driver, in November of 21, I was on the sales team.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
Yeah, so it was just one of those
What
things.
is the reach of West Six?
So our reach is everywhere. We get a lot of requests to ship beer wherever we can allow to ship beer. This distribution-wise, state of Kentucky, and 2025 we just broke into Nashville. So,
Everybody seems to go to Nashville.
well, Nashville, Bowling Green's growing so much for us that a 40-minute drive south Nashville was, and then very fortunate with Ashley here. There's a lot of Jack Browns in Tennessee. So the good news about being in Tennessee is I can text Ashley and be like, hey, we're in Tennessee now. You text all your other people you know.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, they're texting her and be like, hey, we just brought this beer in. So it's been a really good partnership down there too. So yeah. But the problem with Nashville is rotation station. There's so many good craft breweries in Tennessee, and there's so many breweries that's on the outskirts of Tennessee that it's just like you go into one bar 1 month, and then you go back in, it might not be the same beer, but then the same beer will be back on in 3 months. So it's a very like turn and burn kind of. So you got to make sure like you're very strategical about sending what you send. We don't send our whole portfolio to Nashville. We send a very small like, hey, this is what we're sending, because we don't want to get flooded. We don't want to flood it and lose the market. We don't want to flood and lose the market, but we also want to send some stuff that people are drinking that restaurants want to keep buying.
Got you.
So it's like playing
What's
chess.
a popular brew when you guys
Laser Wave. So our Juicy IPA has been a very, very popular beer down there.
seems like a good beer for private showers.
Well, it's 6.5%. So I think a lot of people too that it's kind of Juicies are kind of a good introduction to IPAs because you kind of get that more citrus flavor to it. So it's like you're not straight up drinking like a lot of memes. A lot of memes come out that people are just like, if you want to drink an IPA, eat a grapefruit, lick a pine cone, and that's like an IPA, right? So Juicies are where they have that more juicy, orangey, citrus kind of notes to it. It's a good introduction where people can be like, oh, that's not bad. I didn't think it was going to be like that. So
Yeah, I like a good tropical IPA or a
Yeah,
juicy
yeah.
IPA.
yeah.
Well, Kyle, man, appreciate you hanging out. You've got some
Yeah,
fans.
I want to go see these people.
I don't want to hold you or whatever.
You can talk to his boss.
I'm going to take his credit card.
Shots on everybody.
That's right.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it, buddy.
Hey, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle from West Six. That was yeah. Uh-oh, what's Ashley
Oh,
bringing?
Castlewood. It's a black IPA.
Oh.
I do believe this one is like a one-off.
Yeah.
Like nobody has this one.
Yeah, he said it was releasing tomorrow. So yeah, so it's first today. So yeah.
Woo!
So yeah. So is this? What is this?
I have, if you guys like them, one of our nachos girlfriends made them for us.
Handmade.
Yeah,
Well, you gotta have one for the Stein Holding Champion.
I know, right? I'll get another one. I was just saying if you liked them first.
Oh yeah. That was.
I can hold that one
Hold
forever.
this on tape, man.
All day.
Oh Lord, have mercy. All right.
All right, we'll try this out. Typical. Nice bitter coffee flavor, whatever.
I don't know about bitter coffee. I do get the bitter, but
This reminds me of coffee. I'm not a big coffee drinker.
so
Made for Castlewood Park.
Castlewood Park, yep. So being that it's only 7%, I'm not gonna. There's not gonna be a 4-pinter or a 5-pinter night on this one. So
And
I chalked it down
hang
to
on.
2.
breaking news.
Oh shit.
Breaking news.
No.
They're saying now Ace Frehley is passed.
It's a dark beer.
Hey, there you go.
There we go. All right, so we have a dark beer.
Dead at 740.
Dead at
Yes.
7. That fucking sucks. Golly.
I feel it.
This is just terrible. Yeah, I don't know. God bless. So that's one of those. Sorry, we lost another one. I don't know.
But iconic
Very
part of our childhood.
Right,
Part
very.
of, even though we called it later on, it was this, 70s.
Wipe away some tears.
They were in the 70s. So a lot of people there. I mean, there's the Kiss Army. Again, like we talked about, when you think of Kiss guitar players, even though they've had 4 or 5, you think Ace Frehley.
Ace Frehley. Yep. Ace Frehley.
This is the Spaceman. Oh, here we go.
Yes.
Cheers to the Spaceman.
This is for
Rest
you,
in
man.
peace. All right.
It's even special that you did it with a beer you don't
I
know.
know. Whatever.
That's really special. All right, so here we go. I don't know the songs that he wrote. I do know Cold Gin was one of them, I believe. So let's go with give me your top 5 Ace Frehley songs. I know what number one's got to be.
Like he sang?
Huh?
But he sang?
Sang or wrote?
I can say I probably don't know who wrote most of the songs. I can picture the more sex songs with Gene. But I would get, I know Shock Me. Good. New York Blue, he didn't write that one, but I like it. Right? I love that song. What else did he do? Was he
You wrote Cold Gin.
Cold Gin? Very good. Very good.
So my top 5 Ace songs in this order are Shock Me, Rip It Out, Snowblind, Cold Gin, and Rock Soldier from Forever
Oh,
Time.
Rock Soldier. Shock Me.
There's many more, so I just
Rocket Ride. I remember that one now. Rocket Ride.
Rocket Ride.
New York Groove.
Yeah.
Rock Soldiers. Cold Gin. Parasite. A good one. Very good.
Into the Void. was
Talk to
on
Me.
the-
Dark Light. Into the Void.
Into the Void was on Sonic
Save Your
Boom.
Love.
There were Strange
Oh,
Ways.
Two Sides of the Coin. I love that song as well.
Yeah.
Two
My
Sides
bad.
of the Coin. I would say, I don't know what the dynamic was.
2000 Men, I
2000 Men. Oh, love that one. Rip It Out.
Hello, Emily.
Thank you, Emily. You're doing a fabulous job.
How are you?
I'm good.
Look a little frazzled. Yeah. So yeah, this one's tough.
A staple of childhood. Like I said, just the iconic guitars, the riffs that he had in every song. There was always something. Even though Paul Stanley played guitar, you had
Ace was lead.
Ace was lead.
Paul was rhythm, and that's
always
what I've
had a
always
guitar.
said. That's what I've always said about a band. If you want to showcase your lead guitarist, have a rhythm guitarist. The rhythm guitarist frees up the lead to do so much more. That's what I always hated about. They always talked about what a great guitarist Mick Mars was, and I always hated the fact that he was the only guitarist. But now when John Corabi had his album Motley Crue, John could play rhythm guitar. So he freed up Mick Mars to do so much more. When you saw them live and they did the classic songs, yeah, it wasn't Vince Neil singing, but oh my God, the music was so much better. So much better. And I think that is what lends the sound of Kiss, is you have that iconic guitar.
Right.
Just,
And then I'm going to throw you a curveball here. Rush. Three guys.
Yep.
One lead guitar, one bassist, one drummer, and the sound they put out.
Holy triumph.
Beautiful sound. I'm looking forward to see some snippets of whatever this tour they're going to call it,
50 plus.
50 plus tour, and see how good this girl is drumming.
Yeah.
I've seen her, talked about before, I've seen her do some of her stuff or whatever she's done, but I haven't heard her do Rush yet.
Rush song. Yeah, that would be important to do. Like, let's see how you're gonna do our stuff.
Right. Apparently pretty good if Geddy Lee is signed
I
up.
was gonna say they're not gonna pick this POS musician.
It seems weird. I'd like to know how they came about.
I would too. Like, the whole Neil Sean finding the guy to sing after Steve Perry. It's like, oh, we saw him on YouTube.
Horrible. Fucking horrible.
And I flew to the
Fucking
Philippines to the
horrible.
karaoke bar.
Fucking horrible.
It's like when Judas Priest got rid of Rob Halford, they found Tim the Ripper. They found him to replace Rob Halford, and it was kind of like, okay, that's what the whole. Have you seen the movie Rockstar with Donnie Wahlberg, Mark Wahlberg?
I think so. I think
That's the whole. That's kind of the whole, based on the whole Rob Halford thing. But yeah, I mean, it's like, how do you like? Obviously, it's easier nowadays with social media because somebody's posting a YouTube video of somebody doing something, and then you're like, oh,
It's all one and done though.
most of the time it is, but like you
I
said,
mean, you and some other people like the new Journey guy. I hear it. I can still hear that weird
well,
voice.
and that's the thing. It's one of the.
Hey, there we go. We got an owner.
Okay.
We got Brady here.
Brady.
We got Brady stepping in.
Yeah, how are y'all doing?
Brady made a cameo just a few seconds ago.
Yeah, I just happened in. I was down at the brewery, and I knew there was a Tap Takeover going on tonight, so I said I'll just swing by and support. So,
Nice.
Welcome.
Give us your story of how you came about with wrestling.
it's how much time we got.
As much as you want.
No, I mean, basically 13 years ago there wasn't a ton of craft beer in Lexington and Kentucky in general. I mean, there were maybe double-digit breweries, but just barely. And me and there's four people who own West 6. We do have some employee owners as well, but the four original founders started wanting to open a brewery together. My wife is from Fort Collins, which is obviously Odell, New Belgium, Punkworks, rest in peace. It was kind of the epicenter of a lot of craft beer there in California, of course. And I would go out and visit the in-laws and drink craft beer, and I would come back and I would bellyache because we didn't have more craft beer here.
Right.
And so she got tired of me bellyaching, and she said, "Why don't you do something about it?" And I said, "Well, my background is food science. That was my degree, and then I got my MBA from UK." And I said, "I don't know. I don't know.
Intelligent people on this show.
That's like Clark Griswold kind of thing.
I don't know, but the key thing with a brewery is you need a lot of people. So I started researching it, and then enter Ben, Joe, and Robin, and then enter the building that we're in, which is a 90,000 square foot bread factory that was ultimately the linchpin in us getting a brewery open, because it was a cool space to begin with. It had been, there was no plumbing or electric. The roof was okay, but it had sat empty for several years.
Yeah.
And it's on West 6th Street, surprisingly, in Lexington. And we started kind of having beers and talking about it, and then kind of the wives and Joe's girlfriend and Robin's wife, everybody said, "Okay, well, you all are just getting together and drinking beer. You're not actually ever going to do this. So you got to pull the trigger." So we bought the building, which has turned into a hub for a lot of other businesses and nonprofits, and that was really it. I mean, so much of what we have structured our business around is like three big things. One is to make good beer that we're proud of and that people want to drink. Two is that we want to be a good place to work. We want people to stay. We've got bartenders that have been there 12, 13 years. We've got a lot of people with a lot of tenure. And then we give back to the community as much as we can. So that's kind of what we hang our hat on. IPA makes up a lot of our business. We were the first brewery to really make an IPA in Kentucky, and the first one to can it. So it was kind of had that Western U.S. influence about it whenever we started up. I was in my 30s when we started. I'm in my 50s now, and I'm still enjoying it. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be down here.
We're in our 50s as well.
Yeah. I wouldn't be down here tonight trying to. I still believe very strongly in craft beer. I believe very strongly in our brand. And I wouldn't be down here tonight shaking hands and kissing babies if I didn't.
So who was around when you guys started? Do you remember, we were just talking about that place that was like Austin, was Austin City or something?
It was Austin City Saloon for a while, but
Right on
it's really tilted
Broadway.
killed.
So that was Lexington
Brewery, that's what I thought.
Lexington Brewing Company.
Okay, so
or
you're right,
Lexington,
you're right.
Lexington City Brewery.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not to be confused with Lexington Brewing Company, which is all
Right.
And I used to go there back in college and have beer, and they made good beer.
See that? So that I was telling the first time I went in there, obviously not knowing anything about craft beer at that time, which way ahead of its time. Obviously, I was drinking.
That was like the first place I knew of that had.
Yeah.
They made a great oatmeal stout. That's the beer that I hung my hat on when
And
I
that was
there.
before I got into the stout phase.
Yeah.
When somebody put a Guinness in front of me before, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, oh, that's Guinness. I'm going, dude, that's coffee in a can.
Yeah.
But then after I got in there, it was like, okay, what do you normally drink? Well, you know, Coors Light, Bud Light, you know, of course, I was just 21, 22.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're reaching about here, you know, they got a dorm cooler back here going, yeah, there you go. It's like, well, try this. And it's like, you know, it didn't hit right at the time. Of course, being a young guy like I was,
We were used to fizzy light
Yeah,
lagers,
right.
and that's just kind of. But everybody gets to that point where that. And Kentucky is a funny state because there are still counties going wet in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Every election cycle, there's another county that goes wet.
there's 120 counties.
And they go through a transition, which is usually people are already drinking in those counties, whether everybody wants to admit it or not.
Right.
And then but people want more. And in the age of social media, people know there's more. And every beer has its place. I mean, if you're sitting out here and it's 90 degrees, drinking 7 IPAs may not be the right answer.
Yeah.
But drinking a cerveza or a few cervezas and then mixed in with some IPAs might be the right answer. And so much of it comes down to, I'm kind of dyed-in-the-wool craft beer now, but you kind of look at where the industry is at. It's still, I mean, people look at, they say craft beer is in a bad place, but the fact is whenever you look at the industry itself, it's just not in that bad of a place. I mean, it's down a little bit. No one likes to not grow. No one likes to shrink. But it's still, as people come online, I was talking to a group over here tonight. In craft beer, there's more than just craft beer. There's craft ciders, the whole 9 yards.
Right.
You know, I do this thing with UK students, NBA students that are of age. And I got to qualify it. It's of age.
Yeah, of age.
And I don't give them beer or give them ciders, but you learn about like where the industry is heading, and it evolves over time. So a lot of people who are in their middle 20s are drinking ciders right now. It's just what they're doing. We have a caramel apple cider on tonight.
It's very good.
We've gotten knee deep in ciders now, and we're learning about that market. And it is a kind of a green shoots segment of the craft alcohol that is doing well in that space. So yeah, but we're still, I mean, our IPA, I'm not going to share numbers, but our IPA has done well this year, even being a 13-year-old brand. It's definitely outperformed the market because it's a good IPA, it has a good story. You know, we're all four of us are still in the business. None of us have checked out.
Right.
What's your favorite beer?
West 6 IPA. I know that's boring, but it is. Whenever we test batch beer back before we were licensed and we were making it in a small, very small batch, it was hands down the beer that everybody agreed was the best.
So the recipe is still the same
Has not changed.
from day one. Okay.
And I think that's important because if you mess with a recipe that's 13 years old to save money or for whatever reason, you're playing with fire. Because people know, there are people that drink our beer that knows what that IPA tastes like better than I do.
Right.
And I drink plenty of it. But it's we stayed true. The key is that you're a proud Kentucky brewery and you're proud of what you produce. That's it.
And I mean, I will be honest. Some of the beers were started off. It was like the IPA. I'm not a huge IPA guy.
Yeah.
So it's one of those.
Neither was I.
Right, and it's one of those that, you know, obviously I think the first IPA that I had was actually Zombie.
Yeah.
From Three Floyds.
And it's a pale ale actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So having it on draft and having it in the bottle, two different, like it tastes totally different.
It does.
I like it better on draft. But that was kind of, I guess, and then my next IPA was Hurons. And it was kind of like, whoa, I don't think I'm doing too many of these.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, I had it, I gravitated away from it. But now, Penny Ryle, I had not had Hop Static. None of them, what, 14?
We're on channel 14.
Channel 14.
Everyone's a little different. Basically, the model of that is the same malt bill, and we mix up the hops or the preparation method. So we've had cold IPAs. We've had a lot of different.
That is the one that I have not had. And it's kind of one of those. All right, I just don't have anybody that if I buy a 6-pack, I'm going to drink probably 3 of these, and the other 3 might, you know. But now we had the. What did I have tonight? We had the. We had the Shadrick Berry, which was very good.
That's made with blackberries from the farm.
From the farm, exactly. And the caramel apple, we've had several apple flavored with caramel. This one, actually, when you smelled it, oh my God.
I can taste the caramel. That's the first one I've tasted.
When you pop those caramel apples with the stick in it, you know, oh my God. It was.
I was really pleasantly surprised with the way it turned out.
It was very good. And this is, I'm enjoying
Is that
this.
the Castlewood?
Yeah.
So that Castlewood's been in our lineup for a long time. And it's probably one of my top 5 favorite beers we make.
Okay.
And whenever it starts getting chilly, like cold out, it's a great beer.
Oh, Ashley. All right.
We're back.
You want me to check out?
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh, you're good.
Throw everybody in. Okay.
Yeah, we don't.
How are you?
This is not a formal podcast.
Yeah,
So,
wait a minute.
we're joined by War Daddy, Emily, and we have Ashley off camera here.
What are you drinking?
Yeah, she's.
Ashley should be on camera and I should be off camera.
No, I'm always on the camera. They're sick of me, and that's why I'm like, I'll hold it.
So your favorite is the IPA. So Emily, you're an IPA girl. That's your go-to beer, correct? What is your take on the West 6th IPA?
The original IPA?
Yeah, the OG.
It is, I mean, it's like the staple of what West 6 is. Anybody that comes in, they're like, they'll just say, can I get a West 6? Okay, well, we have 7. Which one? And then I get an IPA, and they're like, yeah, like I said, West 6. But they wanted that IPA. It's
So,
like the state.
Okay.
It is the IPA.
It is the IPA. So that would be, I mean, yeah, that's something to hang, like you said, hang your hat on. Because that's when you walk into a bar as the, oh, give me the West 6th. And it's, no, it's the IPA.
Yeah.
You already know what they're eating or just ask for the West Six.
You lied. You said you were drinking milk stouts.
Back in the day,
You all have them.
we do stouts. We do milk stouts. We've done some oatmeal stouts. So we're rolling into that season right now with an hour lineup on the board. So the nice thing about what we've got going on so we have at West 6th in Lexington, we have a 40-barrel system where we do all of our production beers. We have a 15-barrel system for special beers, and that feeds all of our other tap rooms. In Louisville, we have a 3-barrel system where we can do test batches. And a lot of times you'll come into the brewery and there will be something with like a very generic name on it. And that will be a test batch of something that's eventually going to go into package. That's in Nulu in Louisville.
Okay.
And you'll see something that'll look like this totally generic kind of not thought out name, and it will be something that and it'll be like a test batch of something that we're going to roll into package. And most people come in and we listen to what people say whenever we do these test batches. Everything pretty much rolls through, not every single beer, but I would say a good number of them roll through Louisville now on the test batch. It'll produce, let's say, 6 kegs, and we kind of take feedback.
Okay. So, obviously, most breweries have tap room exclusives that are just available. So, are your stouts primarily available strictly, or is it like in tap room, or are some of them released?
We have an Imperial Stout that comes out in January that's called Snake Eyes.
Okay, you see, I work at Kroger Wine and Spirits on Easttown, and I'm always, like, stouts are my go-to.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for a good stout.
So Snake Eyes will come out in January. We do a small run of it. It is authorized for Kroger.
So I'll make sure that...
So it'll have to be turned on. Because I handle chain in the company. That's what I do. I work with Kroger and all the different other chains.
You know Chris Blanford?
I do. I know Chris.
He's not my favorite.
I know Matt. I know Matt Pennington. I know Danny.
Cool.
I know the whole Hee Haw gang.
Yep.
And
they are a Hee Haw gang.
And but they're a good group, and they're good to us. And we can totally. We used to do a lot of in and out products, where we would send in. We would earmark 5 stores for 8 cases each, and we would do case stacks. And those aren't as popular with the stores as much as they used to be because case stacks kind of come and go in stores. But if we know ahead of time that you would like Snake Eyes, we can totally get it authorized. But we would have to go through primarily Chris. Chris can turn stuff on.
You all are distributed by Clark?
Clark here, Keg 1 in Louisville.
Okay.
Clark, the rest of the state, Seligman in Northern Kentucky, and Lippman in Nashville.
So I'm going to get with my Clark representative, Chris. We call him Jimmy Neutron. Not Blanford, but he works for Clark, and I'm going to get that Snake Eyes turned on.
And tell him to contact me. I'm easy to find.
Will do.
And we'll totally get you hooked up with that. Because I would like to start doing more in and out products. I think that was whenever Craft was at its peak, whenever we were rolling stuff into Kroger mainstream. Because Kroger is, for lack of a better word, is very mainstream. And if you got Craft rolling in and out, it helps Craft in general.
And one thing, before COVID, and actually before pre-2019, Kroger had a very good pint night system going on.
Yeah.
At the Leestown Road, we had 12
And on
taps.
Euclid.
Yeah, and Euclid was phenomenal. We were not even touching Euclid. But I was the one running the pint night, and you guys had a guy working for you at the time, John Gay.
Yeah.
He was the sales rep at that time, and he would bring in the stuff. He'd say, "Hey, what can we do to get?" Because we had the IPA, and the lady that was running the shop was kind of, I don't want to deal with it, blah blah blah. So she gave it to me, and I'm like, well, let's do this. And John came in, and we had, I think at one time, we had 6 taps of West 6. And he was like, can I come in for a tap night or for a pint night?
He worked for us?
Yeah.
It was probably Matt Fagan.
No, it was before Matt. Matt was after John. Because when John moved up, I got Matt on the thing too. 'Cause he's like, oh yeah, John's already clued me in. He's like, yeah, you're
Nice.
So we had a nice little thing going. And at one time, out of 12, 6 of them were West 6. And then it was like, yeah, but then it was like, okay, then we're going to do away with, I'm like, why are we doing away with the tag system? Well, the growlers, I'm like, bro, everybody's growlers were coming on and all that. I'm like, you just need to like reinvent yourself. Let's be like water. So I had a really good rapport with the 2 guys, Matt and John.
And I'm your guy now. I'm the sales manager now.
That's awesome.
So what happens after you've been in the business for 13 years? You come back to where you started. So that's where I'm at right now.
That is awesome. So yeah, you're a good guy to know.
Yeah, I'll help you all I can, and I can help a lot.
Yeah. So obviously the tap system goes away, and then it just becomes everything just goes.
And Kyle, I'm sure you've met Kyle.
Oh yeah.
And Kyle he's a bulldog.
Yeah.
And he has a bulldog.
He has
And-
a bulldog.
That's
anything, I mean, in general, again, we only distribute 98% of our beer in Kentucky. So we don't sell beer in Kentucky. As it turns out, we're not selling beer. So we are all about being as local as we can and supporting events. And I get out to as many of them as I can. I'm the elder statesman of the group, but I still like to get out and have a beer and work a room.
Well, the brewery boys sure appreciate the swag we got this evening, courtesy of West 6. So,
Where did you go to high school?
Pulaski County High School in Somerset.
Somerset, yep, that's where the in-laws are from. That's where my wife.
Yeah, my parents are still there. My dad turns 75 tomorrow. Hi, Dad.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, he's 75 tomorrow, and I've been in Lexington since '93. I've been here since '93, except for 1 year. And I like Lexington.
What was the job before this?
I've always been in sales. I've always sold something. Anything that will sit still long enough to be sold, I've sold it. So that when you're in sales, you either enjoy it or you hate it. And I happen to like it. So
It also helps to be good.
I've gotten better through the years, and with sales, you always evolve. And the key thing is being genuine and truly trying to not sell something that people don't want.
That's elbows.
That's the key to sales. If you try to sell someone to something that they don't want, you lose your legitimacy immediately.
Yeah.
I have a question about Stadium Ale.
Yeah.
So, how did you guys choose that beer? Like, did you have options from a light beer, a sour, a pale ale, or did you guys? Who was the one who decided to go for the pale ale for Stadium Ale?
So that would have been back in the production area.
Yeah.
And so much of it was, back whenever LSC was playing out in Georgetown. I reached out to them early on, and I said, I knew. Did you ever meet Vince Gabbard? He was kind of the orchestrator of it. And I said, it's gonna take you all a couple of years to get your attendance up and everything, but we want to be in on the ground floor. And it just made sense to have kind of a lighter beer and to be able to put something in a big can.
Yeah.
And in draft, of course. But so much of it came down to was drinkability, because one of the challenges that craft beer has is whenever you're at a sporting event that people pregame for, and we were talking about this actually before you sat down, that they pregame for and then they drink during the event, is that you don't really want to be serving. You don't really want to earmark a 7 or 8% beer.
Yeah, they're going for the lighters. So you
Going
can go
for
all
something
day.
a little lighter, so that they can stick with beer and rotate a water in. I'm a big water person.
Maybe.
Rotate a water in.
Maybe like an
But,
ice cube.
but that's
Oh,
what.
but I got an ice cube.
Yeah, that's the decision that was ultimately made off of.
Okay.
And then, as I remember, after I kind of reached out to Vince and got the ball rolling, I kind of moved over to the side and let other people kind of steer the relationship. But I think LSC had certainly some, that if there was going to be a signature beer, they also wanted at least have a little bit of say in like what that beer is.
Right.
Because we're one of their early adopters, and their attendance is really good right now. And they're really putting some people in that stadium, and it's exciting. I mean, I think I've been to a couple of games this year, and you probably know more than I do, but I think the women are undefeated.
Yeah, I think so.
They're doing really well.
And I think there's a game tonight.
Yep.
And is it men or women tonight?
Women's tonight.
So men's tomorrow.
Yep.
And if they win or tie,
They go into
they go to playoffs.
Yeah.
So I pay attention. But the fact is that we wanted to support. The thing with West Six that is so important about what we try to do is we try to make Lexington, and we try to support things that make a better quality of life for everyone. If a soccer team comes in, and I know the founders of LSC, and if I know that they are set up for success, they need help. And we want to help make Lexington and Kentucky a cooler place. That's what it's all about.
So it was a group of people who decided
Yes, it was a group of people. It was,
of that. Like,
Yeah.
were they like, okay, because when we want to have a beer on, because we had the opportunity to have somebody make us a beer, we're like, okay, but what kind of beer do we want? And they had decided, they tasted how many beers? 8, 10 different beers, and then they decided on a certain beer. He's all rah, rah, rah. I couldn't hear it.
so it was a group decision.
A group decision.
Yeah.
Cool.
Everything.
You gotta watch this.
I know.
So here's the funny thing about West Six. We have a management team of 7 people. I am not a committee of 1. So if you ask me for something, I'm going to give you a blank look, and I'm going to say I'm not a committee of 1. We have a management team that makes decisions together, and we are usually all on the same page. Occasionally we're not, but most of the time we are.
Sure.
And but then production is actually separate from that. So our master brewer, who is Robin, he's one of the original founders, and Andy, who does a lot of our recipe development and everything.
Okay.
They're both on the management team.
Okay.
Nice.
And we all try to decide things as a team. Which is 13 years in is not always the easiest thing in the world. But we still, again, no one has taken their ball and gone home yet.
Right. So with we were talking with Kyle about like tropical IPAs and stuff like that. Do you ever foresee any kind of like a tropical version of the staple? Or
I think that Bell's is a good example of before they sold, they were very protective of Two Hearted.
okay,
And you have now then that Bell's has sold to another organization. They have done line extensions on Two Hearted, which Two Hearted was the holy grail.
right?
That and Oberon.
Yeah, overall.
Those are, and Hop Slam, which has been less effective in the last 5 years, but those two. So to answer your question, I don't know.
Okay.
But I think that we look at everything, and you look at line extensions, and the tricky balance that you have is that you create a product that lives up to the hype of the original product, because you don't want to denigrate it.
Right.
Right? You don't want to create something that is a flop and then hurt the
original.
beer.
So that being said, would it be more practical maybe to create a new recipe?
You could.
For a tropical IPA.
Yep.
Instead, and don't call it we'll call it this.
Yeah.
That way, the original is what it is, and then this is.
Yeah. I mean, I would not rule anything out. Okay. But I will tell you this: there's nothing in the works right now.
Oh, yeah, that's.
There's nothing in the next X number of months. It's going to be a passion fruit.
The reason why I asked that is we were at another Tap Takeover last night, and there's what was it, 3 different versions of the IPA.
Yeah. Imperial.
There's an Imperial. There's a bomb, and then there's a tropical. So it's like wow. So okay, so
All off the same.
all off the same. Yeah. So it's kind of like all right, well, just.
If I said we'd never talked about it, I'd be lying. But at the same time, I look at it and I say, we're not there yet.
Okay. Well, and that's
I feel like, keep the original the same. Go off.
with a new recipe.
We used to have one called Key Lime IPA.
Yep, I saw that one. Yep.
And that was a delicious beer.
I never had it. I saw it one time at a store. Went back to get the 6-pack and it was gone.
Could you taste the crust?
You could taste the crust. As best I remember. I have an old palate, but I remember tasting that crust. So,
Wow.
but but yeah.
Okay. Well, this has been very enjoyable.
But this was an accident. I did not know
Big
you.
wigs coming in.
We set up here like every Tap Takeover. Emily and Ashley have been very supportive.
You did serve me right there. I sat right there. Yes, I do remember. So, thanks for serving our beer
Yeah.
and promoting it. And I really
Well, clearly, I mean, like she said, the locals come in. It's like West 6th.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate
Even
that.
people that aren't from Lexington or like areas kind of around here, they just ask for West 6. At this point, I just assume they want the IPA. I want to clarify, but
I'll tell you a funny story. I joined the club. What's it called?
Yeah.
And I came in, and I don't get out. I'll be honest, I don't get out much anymore. But I was sending tile updates of my club, and I had West 6 IPA for the first 5, and I had them rated different every time. And he was getting so tickled because I would be like 94, and then I was like 98, and then he would be like, what changed? And I'm like, I don't know. It's my state of mind, I guess. So yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Beer has that effect on
Thank you for doing the Tap Takeover.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we
I did not intend to get on the podcast today. I
kind of are obligated. I tell everybody, by the way.
Well, I didn't know what was happening. I mean, I don't want to. I just kind of ambled in. So.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
No idea.
She's like, who the hell are these guys? They got a microphone? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, normally we have like the ring light and the things and the.
Well, anybody can ever. I'm Brady at West6.com.
Okay.
And you can. Anytime y'all ever need anything from me, I'm an email away.
Excellent.
We appreciate it. Nice to meet you.
Brady, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So so we are.
Get another one,
We
Emily?
have these nice
Thank you again.
Yeah, totally.
homemade steins for the Stein holding champion of the world. That was Brady from West 6th.
Very nice. We've had 2 beers on last
Three.
episode. We had Tyler.
Yeah.
3 badass.
So there are 3 UK basketball players sitting on our patio. So I was like, I'm not trying to cause a scene or anything, but I wanted to say thank you for coming here and hanging out with us.
Nice. So
I wonder if
What do we have to do to cover Jet Browns?
we have next week is a big
I'll do
week.
the cherry cider.
Ooh, yeah, it's a good one. What? What have you?
German
We are having a big week next week. We have a pumpkin carving contest on Wednesday.
Okay.
We have, oh my god.
So we have a pumpkin or Wednesday. What is the date of that? Is that
pumpkin carving on the 22nd.
22nd?
And then Country Boy Takeover on the 23rd.
Ooh.
And then
That's
the
Thursday.
24th is a first men's basketball game. And then
It's an exhibition game.
is it? It's versus Purdue.
Oh yeah, it's exhibition.
It's exhibition. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
No, they'll be out because that's the number one team in the country right now.
And then Saturday is a football game versus Tennessee.
Texas.
Texas.
No, Texas.
Texas this Saturday.
Texas.
You're right.
Wait, no,
we're on
no,
next
look.
week. I'm sorry.
Right?
I'm still shook up about Ace, man.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This weekend's Texas, right? Yeah. Okay. And then Sunday is the Thriller Parade down here. So everybody dresses like Michael Jackson and walks down Main Street.
Break out his parachute pants.
Heck yeah. Yeah. And then St. Lucky, his Saint Day is on Monday the 20th.
I'm not scared of him. I don't really care about that.
Right down mystery. Yeah. Let's having the beer. Yeah, we have a lot happening soon.
sorry.
Downstairs.
We just had our employee appreciation party on Tuesday. So we
Nice.
had a really good time.
Nice. Where'd y'all have
So
it?
y'all were closed.
Yeah, we
Oh, you had it here.
well, we kinda a couple times.
Yeah, we started it. Mama Tequila, Sidebar, here, Molly Brooks.
Ah, so
Here.
you made the rounds.
So it was like a.
It was an employee pub crawl.
Yeah.
It was an employee pub crawl.
We pulled this table out and played beer pong.
That was
Nice.
great.
How did you ladies fare at the end of the night?
Oh yeah, they taught me a line
She
dance.
left at about 6. I
Which
left
one
at about
did you do?
7. The rest
We
of
did
them were
Austin and what was the other line dance? We did Austin and something else.
It's a Nickelback song. Burn it
Oh,
to the
Lord
ground.
have mercy.
Burn it to the ground. Oh.
Awesome. Thank you, James.
You're not handing it to me. I was like, oh.
Cherry cider.
Yes, it's yummy. It's their house cider, but cherry.
So, did he tell you that they are going to discontinue their house cider and their penny rile?
Yeah.
Sad day.
Keeping the is the Stadium Club, the Stadium Ale is the little brother.
That makes sense. I haven't had penny rile in a very long time. That makes sense.
Yeah, well, it was, so I went to a soccer game last year at the Stadium Ale.
Good, huh?
And I was telling Kyle, I couldn't like put my taste like something, but he goes, it's penny rile.
I know that. So, what location do you work at?
Leestown Road.
Because I'm told I also need to check out a, what's that? Liquor barn?
Or
Liquor barn. To see people's displays. Because something was happening and people were moving people's displays. So I want to go in front of their display and like take a picture and be like, hey.
that would happen at a lot of liquor bars. Not at our store, because Brian very stickler on his display.
So how do people pay to have that display there? Or is
No, it's one of those things where, let's say, when I was running the Tate's Creek shop, you would be the beer vendor. Take West 6, for instance. They're Clark. So I call him Jimmy Neutron. He would come in and he would say, hey, I got X amount of cases of this. How many do you want? I could either say 0 or I could say bring me 6. And I would put one case to the shelf in the cooler, and the rest I would do a case stand, like Brady was talking about. So for me, it's all about growing the brand. So when I was running in Tate's Creek, we were growing New Amsterdam vodka. I had a big bar stool display going on, Marshall Sports, with New Am, Pink Whitney, the Revitalite that you all have had, that they were associated with Barstool for a minute, still are. So my display actually got featured on Barstool's Instagram page with all the different variations of their tie-ins. So when you come into a shop like a Kroger, obviously you have to go through corporate to get it approved. But if it's approved in the system, you can bring in as many as you want. It's just a matter of what they have available. So
I know that because the winery my mom works at, they finally started selling their wine in Kroger. Now I don't know if
What's
it's
the wine?
Kroger or plural Kroger.
what's the wine?
Wildside Winery.
Wildside Winery.
Yeah.
You all were working on your, was it with West 6 and beer?
We were trying it with Fall City, but they got behind, so they couldn't do it. I did talk to West Six, because they could brew it in Louisville for us. Yeah. Because they have a 3-barrel system there.
Have,
I don't know. I tell everybody I want a light one, and then every time I say light, we go off to something crazy.
well, we can totally explore the battery aspect. I can get us up there. Obviously, I have a rapport with Andrew, and get us up there and talk to somebody. So I mean, that's an avenue we want to explore.
Yeah. Will Jack Brown's pay for hotel rooms for us?
Oh no, just it'd be a day trip.
Yeah, right. You can't be in Cincinnati for a day and come back. That's all. Steve came in from Rhine Guys today. I literally took the shirt off his back.
He gave it to us off his back.
Yeah, we were hanging with Scuba last
Really?
night. Yeah.
Yeah, he is having a gender reveal party this Saturday.
You did not say
He says it's very hush hush and it's still very new. And he's like,
Too bad the mics are live.
Sorry, Scuba Steve, if my bad. But I gave him a Jack Brown shirt. I was like, you can wear this.
Nice.
And then he gave me his shirt, and I was like, hell yeah! It was the Beer for Humans shirt. It was really cool looking.
Yeah.
I was like, can I have your shirt? And he's like, yeah.
Scuba's been a good supporter of us. So.
Yeah, he's good people. He hung out for like, 30 minutes? We were just talking,
Nice.
having a good time, dinking around in here, and it was fun times with him. But he was like, you gotta come up to Rhine Guys. We'll set a time up for you guys to come up. And I was like, dude, I could do Rhine Guys and Mad Tree in a weekend. Yeah?
Yeah, you would definitely, because they're on one side of town.
I give one day to one day, one day to the other, and
Well, then there's several in between, so you're going to hit several.
I told him every time I go to Cincinnati, I end up at a brewery, but it's not the ones I want. I was like, oh, that's new. I've never heard of that one before.
No,
And
that's
then
the way it is.
And then I'm like, ooh, Shiny Ball. I want to go see that over there. Oh, let's get a cocktail over here. And then by that time, you have to go home.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw him when we went up to see Ghost. All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and we had Brady.
What we have? I can't read your handwriting. So I don't know.
Brady from.
Oh, I thought you were raking beers.
Oh.
My bad. Brady, and you had Kyle.
Yeah, we had Kyle, and we're always joined by Emily and Bad Ash herself. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down. We got some bad news. Ace Frehley died today. I'm distraught. Guitars for Kiss. So yeah, right.
That's your band, man.
I know. That's right. So we're not happy. We are not happy. So thank you as always, actually, for having us.
Next week we have, who's Thursday?
Thursday's
Country Boy.
Yeah. So we're gonna be here. Hopefully we'll get our table back.
Yeah, I guess.
Relegated to the side.
Relegated to the
I'm
side.
sorry, I wasn't here. Normally I regulate, and I was like, guys.
No lights, no table.
I know. Yeah.
All right.
I just got over champion. I got
How dare you?
He's a drama queen. All right. So that being said, we're gonna see you all next week, Thursday. Country Boy, come join us.
Bye.
Yeah, I brought some gifts.
What's that?